1 degrees, partly cloudy skies, breezy conditions. This obituary update is brought to you by Bailey Monument Company. Bailey Monument Company, serving all of South Georgia. From Ricketson Funeral Home, Mrs. Deborah Fay Debbie Ricketson Ward, 59, of Douglas, passed away Thursday morning at her home following a short illness. Mrs. Ward was born July 10, 1960, to the late Alvin Ricketson, the late Doris Elizabeth Roser Ricketson. Survivors include her husband, Gary A. Ward of Douglas, one son, Anthony Jefferson, and wife Mandy of Brunswick, one daughter, Amber Fowler, and husband David of Ambrose, two stepchildren, Jody Ward and Jamie Ward, both of Douglas, two brothers, Eddie Ricketson and wife Gloria of Douglas, Alvin Eugene Ricketson and wife Margie of Douglas, one sister-in-law, Barbara Ricketson of Douglas, 5 grandchildren, several nieces and nephews. Funeral services will be today at 3 p.m. at Rocky Pond Baptist Church. Reverend Lonnie Spikes, Reverend Larry Stone officiating. Interment will follow in the Rocky Pond Cemetery. Mrs. Ward will be placed in the church at 2 to lie in state until the funeral hour. In lieu of flowers, the family requests donations be made to Rocky Pond Baptist Church. Ricketson Funeral Home in charge of arrangement, repeating the name of the deceased, Mrs. Deborah Fay Debbie Ricketson Ward, 59, of Douglas, and wife of Gary Ward. From Ricketson Funeral Home, Mrs. Frances Pell Roberts Standers, age 76, of Nichols, passed away late Thursday afternoon at Vista Park Health and Rehab Center following an extended illness. Ms. Sanders was born January 18, 1943, to the late James Pell and Lonnie Lucille Osteen Peel. Survivors include 3 children, Wendy Gail Roberts of Albany, Bonnie Jean Roberts Travis of Nichols, Melinda Jane Roberts of Panama City, Florida, a half-brother, James Peel of Waycross, half-sister, Rose Peel of Waycross, 4 grandchildren, 2 great-grandchildren, and a beloved first cousin that was more like a sister, Jean Carol Davis of Douglas, 2 special nephews, Tony Dykes and Austin Harrington, both of Douglas, special friends that she loved as if they were her own children, Lisa Jones, Tony May, and Kim Ayers Brinson, several nieces and nephews. Funeral services will be held today at 11 at the chapel of Ricketson Funeral Home, Reverend Clyde Dykes officiating. Interment will follow in the Douglas City Cemetery. Ricketson Funeral Home in charge of arrangements. Repeating the name of the deceased, Mrs. Frances Peel Roberts Sanders, 76, of Nichols. From Sims Funeral Home, Bonnie Lou Kirkland Stone, 74, of Douglas, passed away Wednesday at Coffee Regional. Mrs. Stone was born May 11, 1945, in Douglas, to the late Curtis Colin Buddy Kirkland and Murtis Harper Kirkland. Survivors include daughters Pamela Stone of Douglas, Tammy and husband James Carpenter of Vienna, a son Rod and wife Tammy of Stone of Douglas, sisters Betty Sue Sweeten Wilkins of Nichols, Patsy and husband Larry Spivey of Douglas, a brother David and wife Marlene Kirkland of Douglas, 4 grandchildren. She was preceded in death by her father and mother, a sister Geraldine Lott, another sister Linda Kirkland, a brother Man Kirkland, and brother Dexter Boy Kirkland. Funeral services will be held today at 4 p.m. at Trinity Non-Denominational Church. Reverend Cliff Kirkland, Reverend Floyd Musgrove officiating. Interment will follow at the Salem Holiness Baptist Church Cemetery. Repeating the name of the deceased, Mrs. Bonnie Lou Kirkland Stone, 74, of Douglas Sims Funeral Home, in charge of the arrangements. From Sims Funeral Home, Thomas Stanley Flanders, 63, of Douglas, passed away Thursday at Langdale Hospice House. Mr. Flanders was born January 21st, 1956, in Douglas, Georgia, to the late Thomas Delma Flanders and Evelyn Cage Flanders. Survivors include his wife, Nelda Cribb Flanders of Douglas, a daughter, Natalie, and husband Kenny Mizell of Douglas, a sister, Debbie Smith of Pearson, a brother, Pee Wee Flanders of Alma, one grandson, several nieces and nephews. She was preceded in death by her father and mother. Funeral services will be held today at 2 p.m. at the St. Luke Baptist Church. Reverend Garvey Nichols Jr., Reverend Kevin Stone officiating. Repeating the name of the deceased, Thomas Delma Flanders, age 63, of Douglas. Sims Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. From Sims Funeral Home, Pamela Michelle Taylor Wells, 53, of Douglas, passed away Wednesday,